gang? Indubitably. Welcome back. Why is Carrier up there? Get the hell out of here, you little squash-looking beast. Can people not freaking stop texting me on the god-dang phone? Alright. We're talking about something simple today. Something simple, something sweet, and something everyone should own. Now, if you're on Twitch, it's a little bit more rare. I get it. But if you're on console or PC, you should have this weapon. It's the Ignis Wraith. Okay? The flamethrower. Now let's go to the aesthetics. I have this thing for gas usually, so I put it for red, but let's make it a true Flammenwaffe. So dark red and then like a gold in there. That's going to make it look lit. Repeat with different dark red and a different gold that we'll do with this one. Yeah. So dark flame. Looks good. Alright. What is the Ignis Wraith? It's a flamethrower. It throws flames. Alright. Let's go into stats. Freaking decent crit stats. Low crit chance. High crit multiplier. Fire rate's decent. Magazine's decent. It's massive. Reload's fast. Good status. Base heat. So, let's talk about this. Crit chance getting kit that high with this build is my favorite build. Ravens, those are going to be garbage. Don't bother. So, this will give you all of your damage. Heavy caliber's perfect because it makes the beam bigger. Who doesn't want a bigger flame? I got corrosive for armor strip. Hammer shot. Multi-shot doesn't give you more status because it's a beam, so you're going to want the status chance, and the crit damage is nice. All of this stuff. This is the default, like, I gotta kill heavy content builds. Let's get some heavy content in here. I'm gonna mute the crap out of that. Alright. We get those napalms, and we get those heavy gunners. And here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna turn AI on. I'm gonna show you what this does and why the heat is so important. Now, the heat does make the DPS a bit lower, but it also CCs everything. So as long as you heat the strafing, they can't do anything, and they're gonna burn out. Just like that. And you get a chunk of procs individually. Not that fast, but for a group, that's about a little over a quarter of a magazine for 8 of the heaviest units in this game. That is staggeringly efficient and not that slow. Let's get into some individuals and show you what this thing does in that situation against. Oh, I forgot to turn it off. Professional at work here. Oh no, they've been procced with a tiny amount of heat. Whatever will we do? You can see the upfront damage is not terrible. Once you get the procs in there, it is not terrible. Now the initial blast is a pretty massive AoE. I'm an idiot. Saved it, didn't save it. Has a pretty massive AoE, and you can see that. So if you just want to use it for corrosive, you can like kind of tap fire a little bit and throw these around. But you know, beam weapons have to ramp up. See what it does versus this guy. A bit slower, you can see, but still it gets so many corrosive procs. Not really an issue. Now, if you want to toss a bunch of foam on it, it would be understandable to put the 290 mods, or at least 190 mod for electricity or toxin, instead of hammer shot, to get more corrosive and heat. I would get that, but I'm not going to say it's essential. You can see this thing just doesn't struggle at all. No issues. Handles heavy content well. Wait. The Ignis handles endgame content, but it's a flamethrower. This is the most AoE-est weapon in the game. Let's look at a gas build. What does this do? This isn't even missing a damage mod, so we can have some more range on it. That's actually kind of sweet. So the gas build's gonna suck versus these guys, right? It's gonna be terrible. Gas is bad, and this is a low damage weapon. I mean, kind of. It's not great, but it's killing them. Why is the Why is the gas build working? That's not how this game works. Gas builds don't kill napalms. And a similar number of shots than it did to kill them with the corrosive build. Now they were all clumped up, but those are napalms and heavy gunners level 100, and it killed them in what, 68 shots? That's just stupid. Let's see what this thing does to some, you know, Corpus Tex. See what it does to these guys. I mean, it's probably gonna be decent, you know, it's gonna be good, right? Oh. I'm feigning shock right now because I've used this thing a very large amount, and I know that it kills these guys. It kills them dead. So yeah, that's what a gas build does. And let's do one more thing before we talk about why you would use the Ignis. Let's do one more build. We got this one. This is a gas build that is built for shooting stuff through walls and at a long range with a higher fire rate. You can go, well, that build's worthless. But it can still handle corpuses. Not as fast, but I mean, that's not bad. Considering we have no crit and much less damage, it's still not a bad system. Even single targets, respectable. Like, seriously. Just that one guy, right there. And none of his friends. Let's get him right in there. There we go. The DPS isn't staggering for single targets, but it's more than serviceable. And these are level 100s. This kind of build you'll be using to speedrun Star Chart missions, which is topping out at level 40-something. Unless you're doing specialty missions, which top out at level 60. And those are level 100s. Some of the highest held enemies in the game. This thing is broken. This thing is more broken than the Gram. It's more broken than anything else. And I'm going to compare it to an Amprex, okay? We're going to compare it to an Amprex. The Amprex, its individual DPS, trounces this weapon. I do have a ribbon for it. I'm going to be rolling and doing something with it in a bit. But this is a pretty good Amprex build. It's got damage, it's got crit, it's got all that jazz. Things you could do, you could put on something instead of heavy caliber, because heavy caliber is not the best thing there. Do hammer shot. Doesn't love hammer shot. Hammer shots are always good. Sinister reach also is kind of an interesting pick there. I'm gonna mess with this a little bit. Let's put on shred for the punch through. Get rid of you. And actually, no, we're just gonna use some fire rate from you. And we're gonna put on this for the crit damage in this. Oh wait, you know what? We're just gonna amp the fire rate. There we go. We got all that we need anyway. This build's very light. So let's see what this does versus these boys. It's gonna nuke because it's a corrosive weapon. But this is a very ammo inefficient system built for high DPS. Got some fire rate, got some crit ups. I didn't want to use the mod that increases your range. You see that for these big guys, you know, it's a pretty fast time to kill. But realistically, yeah, it looked faster, but it used way more ammo. And how much faster really was it over the Ignis? The Ignis looked much slower because we just stood in one spot, but it dropped them all handily. Let's throw a little bit more of a, let's drop one of those mods and throw in something else. Reduce fire rate a bit and go back to that lower damage, higher range build right there. Fire rate's about half, so we're looking at a lot less range. Let's see what this does. Be interesting to experiment a little bit. The common argument is that the Amprex is just simply better to space electricity, and so you can armor spread better. But with this built kind of around utility and usefulness, we're still looking at substantially less ammo efficiency, and we're not really getting much better time to kill. More than a mag to kill all those guys with headshots. This weapon's DPS trounces the Ignis, don't get me wrong. But this weapon's DPS is mostly pointless. You never need this thing. And you can't do the gas build. The Ignis handles everything in the game. When you're testing against heavy units, you're looking at the Ignis in its worst possible scenario. This doesn't want to fight heavy armor. What this wants to do is it wants to take a build like this versus the Corpus. Or throw this there and throw this there. And take this versus the Infested. So, what's a good thing to test against Infested wise? We got Charger XMI, these guys. Now, things to note. They're weak to heat, but not super weak to heat. They're kind of weak to heat. That's it. Okay? These aren't like some other things. What is it? These guys... No, there's some things that are some infested that are super weak to heat. These guys are just a little bit weak. They have no armor, but they have pretty big health. You can see they have big health for this. And it not only kills them quickly, it CCs them. These are mobile units. In fact, I'm going to go reset and spawn more so you can see what I mean. Turn the AI on, invincibility off. These are very dangerous enemies. They do lots of damage, and they are scary. But they're not so scary now because they're perpetually CC'd and they can't do anything. And they can only die. And nick by one there. Now, if I was using my defensive abilities, for example, grab some of this stuff. I missed that. Awesome. Alright, boys. Come on. Don't mind Viscous. Some damage buffs. They start dying faster. Obviously, I can use a Trail of Tears right here and just make their lives a living hell. So I can slow them with that. I fall for that because I'm retarded and I'm shifting in my chair. You get the point where I'll CC and you can just lay into them because I can't get to you. These are sortie level heavy infested units. It doesn't care. That crit body shot, 414 damage per tick. Stupid. Stupid. This weapon is dumb. You saw the gas did to Corpus. You saw the other one did. You can even make this thing a bleed build. I'm not going to show you. I don't need to show you, but you see the crit numbers. You see the damage. You know you can make it a bleed weapon. This can do anything, and it doesn't need carrier, and it doesn't need ammo mutation, and it doesn't need a tanky frame, and it doesn't need anything. It doesn't even need much Forma. Toss 2 Forma on it? Forget any 90 mods? Look. Watch this. I'm going to blow your mind, okay? You want a build that can handle anything in the game? This build will kill anything in the game. So, if you switch this out with... We're going to ditch heavy caliber. And we'll grab... Switch this out. You know, we'll just ditch heavy caliber and put on the range mod instead. Because the heavy caliber is going to add at least a Forma. It's a 3 Forma build. Maybe a 2 Forma. If we ditch you, and let's do the math real quick. Sinister Reach. So this will cost 3 more. So it would be a 3 Forma build for this. And if we got rid of Hammer Shot in lieu of, say, some Fire Rate, what else could we do? Combustion Beam. Any 9 cost Vs, what do you call them? Motorized. Instead of hammer shots, so whatever you want. You want some fire rate, you want some magazine size. You want... Wildfire's a good option. Just damage and magazine size. You replace hammer shot with one of those and put that here, you're looking at 2 Forma build. Like... That's a 2 Forma build right there. And you probably rocking that serration's not max, but most people aren't even rocking that max serration. So you can even reduce the serration's maxedness. And you get the picture. Okay? This weapon can kill anything at any level, at any range within like 50 meters, with you being perfectly safe. CC, DPS, freaking style, ease of use. You want to know how to make money in this game? Take this gas build, go into index. This handles index. This handles loves. If you're having issues getting through like low level exterminates without falling asleep, this will do it get yourself one of these. At most, pay 5 plat. Honestly, if you can't get one for free, say, hey, Ignis Wraith, 5 plat. Someone will give it to you, because they're stupid cheap. All over the place. Get yourself an Ignis Wraith, get yourself some kills. Yeah, so that's about it. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Helps a good boy get his channel to grow, because growth is hard. Explosives down in my underpants. Alright, deuces.